Mm, so we're back with a Mushoku Tensei chapter. Oh man, after reading the last chapter from last month, I'm still wondering how are they going to do this in the anime. So far, the anime has well adapted very important and good scenes from the source material very well. And Nananoshi's expression of despair was excellently executed in the last chapter. So now we're having the reaction of last chapter of Nanashi's despair, her reasoning of wanting to get home, and how I told her, how I said that Nanahoshi is like the original isekai protagonist of the old. You know how I said how back in the day it was about someone who had the drive to want to go home. They didn't want to be home at first because they hated how things were going. But after going through this life, they're now like, my life went so bad. I could work and make things better and improve on myself. It was always a world of self development when it comes to isekais of the old. Now these days, only some, and I do mean only some, have that. Other than that, it's nothing to do with character development or self reflection. It's just fun, fun, fun. Isekai, fun time. Or to make things edgy or try to bring a twist upon it. Well, anyways, she is in a very weakened state right now. We're at a point where she's just falling out and really wants to go home because she has regrets and people she does miss. Compared to Rudius, who doesn't have that, but he could feel what it means to be alone, in a way. The sign of regret. He doesn't want her to have that, so he can really relate on Nanahoshi. These two are polar opposites in a way, where Rudius started the trend of the new kind of isekai that is happening right now to this day. And now, of course, I said Nanahoshi is the representation of the old isekai of back in the day. So we have that. So them coming together and having their ideals. Rudius doesn't even care about going home. He doesn't feel like going home. He feels more at home here than he does in his original world. So he's okay with this. He loves his world. Sure, he has his regrets, but he's planning to work upon them. Nanahoshi, however, is different. And I don't know if they explained this really in the manga like they did the novels. But as we know, Nanahoshi can't grow. Her nails don't grow. She doesn't grow old because she didn't get taller. She stays the same age. It's almost as if she is stuck in time. Her body just won't age. She can still die, but her body itself won't age. She'll stay like that forever, as long as she's in this world. So she's in a very interesting and not so good predicament when it comes to the situation she is herself into. And no matter how hard she tries, she can't seem to get herself back home. She's studying while everyone else there is studying for fun and aspiration. She's there because she is not doing it for fun. This is something that she feels like she has to do, that she must do at all costs. And it's the reason why she's losing herself over this. Losing sleep, can't eat. She really had to take her to his house in order to treat her. And then here comes the wholesome part. She's explaining her situation, how the magical circles are like circuits from their world, but no mana. And she's trying to figure out how can she put that into practice. But no, what she does, she's trying to make big magical circles, little magical circles, all kinds, but it doesn't work. Until you brought in some geniuses. See, Rui's group, it's despite how powerful and some of them are physically strong they are the geeks. They're the nerds of the school, they're into the otaku culture, they're into robotics and research and development and stuff. You have all the nerds in that corner just studying and coming together. It reminds me of old times back in the day, especially in middle school, where we would come together and solve a problem or talk about something that we're all very, we love a lot. And then, of course, there's also the projects we'll come to do as well. Try something out, see if it will work. It reminds me of those good old days. And I do miss those days, especially in college as well, where we would create a project, create a company, or an advertisement, a logo and stuff. Or we'll just go out to eat and, discuss something. Relate it to our studies. It reminds me what Breeze's group reminded me of. You have Cliff and Zonova. Zonova is talking about how there should be more multi-layered circles around this thing. So the problem is now how she just kept focusing on one layer of a magical circle, but instead it should be multiple layers, you know, one upon the other. You know, like you're building something, a structural building in a way. So you're making a surface point of foundation, which foundation is strong anyways, but it needs more to that in order for this thing to work, you know. And so that's where Nova found out by researching the doll they found in Rui's house before he renovated. The doll itself had magical circles, very small and some big, in its joints and other places for it to work. So whoever was working on the doll is a genius, and trust me, the doll is going to have more significance down the road. That's one of the things, like I said, I always repeat myself, well, Mushoku Tensei, when things happen in Mushoku Tensei, it doesn't happen for no reason. There's always a reason for it, and it will happen down the road, you know, a reason why this thing is happening, you know, like a chain reaction, which I do enjoy when I'm reading this series. So, when it comes to characters and situations and even objects, you'll be surprised at significant role they can play down later on through the timeline. So anyways, as Cliff later on will take on the understanding of the magical circles in a layer program, while at the same time deciphering it, helping Nanahoshi understand what this and that means. And he's understanding what it means to have friends, you know. He's glad he has these friends. They were different friends. They didn't seem like they could be his friends. You know, you'll be surprised sometimes. People you'll be surprised you'll be able to get along with and converse with. You know, Sonoba, the dude has a really very disturbing past, or he would rip the head off the people and kill them with no remorse. And his brother was just as messed up. And now here he is having a conversation with the dude despite his very dark past. And Cliff is someone who was very spoiled, but he himself is starting to open up a bit. He is a genius nonetheless. So you see him and Nanahoshi talking and just in their own world of deciphering these magical circle understandings, and you see Nova and Rudius in the background. Like, well, I don't understand what they're saying anymore. They're in a league of their own when it comes to magical circles. And he says he may not be good at this, but he will do whatever he can if he has muscle. So it's showing how it's good to have friends. Good to have people to have your back. People to support you with. You can't do everything your own. Because you can't. You know, everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses, their own specialties. You know, you create that team. It's like building a party in an RPG. You know, you need certain objects. You can't have 4 rogues in an RPG. It's ridiculous. 4 warriors. You know, you need a mage. You need a healer. You know, you need someone for back support. Your vanguard and all that. You know, you need to strategize in a way for these things to work. And that's how friends can be sometimes. I'm not saying you should expect these out of your friends, but you'll never know what your friends can bring to the table. Your own worldview. Doing things yourself, which Nahoshi was doing, she could only get so far, despite how good she was. There are things in the world she probably didn't understand or know, which is the case here. And now, thanks to Reyes coming in, bringing in, things are starting to look right for her. I kind of wish the chapter was longer. I kind of feel like the chapter could have went longer. Because, you know, we wait monthly for these chapters, so you expect them to be longer, but that's not always the case sometimes. But I'd say it had a good end point, I guess. But the next chapter should be the result of the new teamwork that they're devising in order to create this new layer of magical circles in their next experiment. As I believe, we are on volume 11 right now in the novels, when it comes to the manga anyways. We're in volume 11. And so that means soon we have one more volume left before it closes up on the season, according to the anime. Like I said, season 2 is going to focus on volume 7 through 12. There's no way you're going to do 13. It doesn't make any sense. 13 would be a great season premiere. So prepare for volume 11 and 12, people. You're going to have some new people and a new adventure. We're almost there. Just hold on tight. Trust me. And with that, I will end it there. So thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has been Madcrownxox, all anime. Signing out.